Good afternoon and welcome. Muy buenas tardes y bienvenidos sean todos. Welcome to the HEADS Virtual Best Practices Showcase, celebrating technology innovation for Hispanic success in higher education. My name is René Sainz from the University of Texas at Brownsville, and I'm glad to be your host today on behalf of our HEADS Executive Director, Ms. Yubelkis Montalvo. This is going to be a bilingual introduction, although the presentation itself is going to be in English. Muy buenos días y bienvenidos sean todos a nombre de HEADS a su conferencia virtual de mejores prácticas, celebrando la innovación tecnológica para lograr el éxito de los hispanos en la educación universitaria. Les saluda René Sainz desde la Universidad de Texas en Brownsville a nombre de la directora ejecutiva de HEADS, Yubelkis Montalvo. First, HEADS would like to recognize the collaboration and support of the University of Texas at Brownsville staff, Francisco Garcia and David Lugo, who made possible this event and live transmission. We're deeply grateful for the support. We also would like to welcome all participants watching this event through the internet. We really appreciate your interest and support for this HEADS initiative. Así que muchísimas gracias al apoyo tanto de Francisco García y David Lugo desde la Universidad de Texas en Brownsville en la parte tecnológica de esta transmisión. This historic event brings together for the third time in HEADS history, brings us together, but this is the first totally online conference. An exceptional amount of expert academicians will be presenting on the internet. This outstanding group of professionals creates such an extraordinary synergy from which we hope you take advantage during this event. The HEADS Consortium is overly excited to have been able to attain for this event the participation of member institutions from Puerto Rico, US, and Colombia. It was confirmed through the receipt of over 15 proposals from all member institutions to participate in this event. It will also be demonstrated through the insightful discussions and live presentations which HEADS will be presenting this week. And now, we want to open these live presentations under the track Retention and Assessment, titled Improving Success and Retention and Post-Secondary Online Programs by Kenneth L. Let me give you a short description of the presentation. In order to improve the success of Hispanic students taking online courses at the University of Texas Pan American, the Center of Online Learning, Teaching and Technology, COLTT, has developed and initiated a comprehensive quality improvement program. Its purpose was to evaluate the quality of online courses and implement programs designed to provide faculty with training opportunities and resources to improve the design and quality of online courses to meet standards associated with student success. Using a widely accepted national standard for post-secondary internet-based courses, this project began with a study designed to provide baseline information regarding the design of UTPA online courses. The results of this study provided information necessary to plan, develop, and implement a variety of instructional programs and services available through the University Center for Online Learning, Teaching and Technology. The presenter is my colleague from South Texas, Kenneth L. Kenneth is the Assistant Director of the Center for Online Learning, Teaching and Technology at UTPA. As an educator with over 30 years of experience, he has been developing and teaching online courses for the last 15 years. Mr. Saylor holds a Bachelor of Science from Michigan State University and a Master of Education from the University of Phoenix. As you know, all live presenters will have 30 minutes each to share their insights and experiences in their areas of expertise. At the end of the presentation, we will have time for questions from the audience through the chat of the collaborative platform we're using from UTD. I also would like to remind you that all live presentations, such as this one, will be recorded for the benefit of the ones that cannot join us live. So for no other comments on my part, I'm just very pleased to present to you Mr. Kenneth L. from the University of Texas Pan American.
Thank you, Renee. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today my presentation again is improving success and retention rates in post-secondary online post-secondary online programs. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy the presentation. Let me go over here and just get it started. As stated, we are on the campus of the University of Texas Pan American, which is in the Rio Grande Valley. I just wanted to give you a couple of facts. We are among the top 100 best colleges for Hispanic students, and we are second in 2012. I just wanted to start off in framing this. If you build it and I add correctly, they will succeed. And in our effort to improve the success and retention of our online students, the Center for Online Learning, Teaching, and Technology at UT Pan American initiated a program designed to assist faculty in the design and facilitation of their online courses. The program was entitled the Online Exemplary Course Program, was launched in the spring semester of 2012. Move this, there we go. The goal of the program was to provide infrastructure and resources to assist faculty in the development of online courses that are designed to maximize student success and retention. I would like to emphasize that this program was not designed to dictate how faculty taught their courses, but rather how they constructed their courses based on national standards. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. In the presentation, there's 5 areas that I'd like to discuss specifically. I have a short introduction to the program and what we're trying to accomplish. I'll talk about a self-study that we conducted and the results of that. Some of the program changes that were a result of that self-study, the results that we received from the program changes that were initiated, and then what we see as the future. Because this is a newer program, we don't have all the data in yet, but we are going to be collecting and looking at that as a method of continuing the program. Traditionally, our role at the Center for Online Learning, Teaching, and Technology, we're centered on preparing and supporting faculty in the use of the university's learning management system, which is Blackboard Learn. But as the field of instruction continued to evolve, of course we all know this, it was clear that our role was going to have to change in order to provide assistance to the faculty. It became apparent that not only would the COLT, as we refer to it, need to support infrastructure as far as having the software and the ability and the equipment to be able to teach online, it would also need to take a leadership role in preparing and providing resources that are going to assist faculty in the design and delivery of online courses. It was decided in order to answer this question that we have here, what resources could we provide and how could the center assist faculty with developing their online courses to enhance the success and retention of their students. Well, it was decided in order to answer this question, we need to take a close look at the courses that were being taught at the university. And to do this, we ended up putting together an unofficial self-study. And as unofficial, I mean that it was sort of in the background. And what we did specifically was to take a close look at what we were doing and what our courses were like. And as the slide says, we took 30 courses randomly. We did not it was our 30 of our online courses. We didn't look at them or review them prior to that. We once we selected them, we reviewed each course using the nationally recognized criteria for quality online courses, and we focused our efforts on the elements that were directly associated with student success in these courses. And the results were very, very interesting and actually surprising. We were very shocked to find that out of those 30 courses reviewed, none of them met the quality criteria for quality online courses. The program that we used to evaluate these was the Quality Matters program, and I'll take a little bit of a look at that. It is quality standards. Quality Matters is a standard. It's faculty-centered, peer-review process that is designed to certify the quality of online courses. And there are 4 areas that this program looks at. First of all, that the program is continuous, that the Quality Matters process, or the process is continuous. It's designed to review courses that will eventually meet the expectations. And in that, what I mean is that we don't kick anybody out or stop or affect our support or assistance in any way. We continue to help until the course meets the standards. So there's no real end to it until the course does meet those standards. And the process is an integral part of our quality improvement process. It is centered in that it's based on research. And the development of the rubric that is used is based on national standards of best practice, the research literature that's available, and accepted and proven instructional design processes or principles. It's also centered on student learning. The whole rubric and process, both are designed to promote student learning. And it's also centered on quality, and the review sets a quality goal at 85% level or better. And courses that they don't have to be perfect, but they certainly have to be better than good enough. And that 85%, when we look at that, is not only, there are 2 criteria. Not only do they have to meet that at 85%, but they also have to meet a certain number of standards within that. Missing just one of them means that they cannot pass the standard. It's also a collegial process in that the review is part of a faculty-driven peer review process. These are college, university level faculty that are in the process of reviewing these courses. And the review process is intended to be diagnostic and collegial, but not evaluative and judgmental. And finally, collaboratively, the review is based on collaborative evidence that's found through the evaluation of these courses, and it's a consensus of 3 evaluators and not on a preference of an individual evaluator. The review is flexible, it's not prescriptive, and the review team consists of 3 experienced online instructors as reviewers, along with a course faculty developer. Well, that was kind of a shock to us that we had no classes passed. They are somewhat rigorous standards. We found that the area that we had the most difficulty with was measurable learning objectives. And the way that this evaluation works is that if you don't have measurable learning objectives, you can't really comply with the rest of the review. So it was diagnostic in that we realized that appropriately written and measurable learning objectives was going to be a major part of what we needed to be able to provide assistance with. Well, from this study, what we put together is the Exemplary Online Course Program, or the OEC. And basically what this is, it's an in-house program aimed at assisting faculty with developing their online courses and to enhance the success and retention of students. So we want them to be successful and we want to be able to retain them. On this slide, we talk about 3 major facets of the program. One of them is that it is a continuous quality improvement program. As I mentioned, it is designed to ensure that our online educations meet the standard, and we just continue providing assistance. We continue to provide resources until the course meets those. It's also a process. It includes a tool set, and it's based on this nationally recognized best practice, which is the Quality Matters rubric. And as I mentioned also, it's based on current research, literature, and accepted instructional design principles. Thirdly, it's a system designed to promote student learning, and that it is an integral to continuous quality improvement. And again, we want to be able to support that ongoing to help the faculty and the system and what they need to do. The focus of the new program was infrastructure. And what we did is we went out and we looked at what kind of infrastructure must be in place to be able to provide this quality program to our faculty. We knew we needed policies and procedures that were going to create the infrastructure to this. We knew we needed training and education. Certainly we needed to improve the number of resources and the quality of resources we had. We decided that incentives would be an excellent part of the program. We needed also to be able to focus on ongoing professional development, and that once they entered the program, once their courses were considered successful in the OEC program, we needed to be able to provide assistance from that point on to help them to continue to learn and become better online instructors. And then there was a number of areas that we needed to also include for service and support for the faculty to be successful. Within the policies and procedures, we actually created a number of them. One of them just being the overall OEC policy and procedure based on, how the program would be run and what the responsibilities would be within that, what the entrance requirements were, etc. We also wrote procedures on how to the submission of grant proposals, review process. Of course, we needed to develop education requirements that we wanted to implement, and then course development and also requirements to be able to teach online. We recognize that teaching online is very different from teaching face-to-face, and that the faculty that we're going to do this, we're going to be required, have some requirements to be able to do it effectively. Next area, as I mentioned, is training and education. We created the ability for us to use a customized professional development plan. And by this, what we did was we wanted to make sure that we weren't overburdening faculty. So we wanted to be able to look at what training and what courses that they had already had related to online, teaching online, and we wanted to make sure that we gave them credit for those so they weren't repeating training. The end product was an overall course that was comprised of 5 fully online modules: digital skills, Blackboard Learn itself, andragogy of teaching online, implementing Quality Matters. We wanted to make sure and keep that connection, and then specific web tools that could be used, not knowing what the faculty, what the degree of their knowledge with different web tools that we provide. And we did this, not only did we put together a customized plan, but we also allowed for testing out in, for instance, the digital skills. And that was the area we realized that faculty could be all over the board. It just depended on what their experiences were. And we wanted to make sure we weren't making them go through things that they didn't need to go through. So we allowed them to test out of areas. But basically the plan was to get them used to some of the general digital tools or skills that were necessary to teach online. We taught them how to use Blackboard Learn and how to create and develop within that system. We then provided instruction and experience in actually teaching an online course. a number of the faculty hadn't even taught online before. And we did that by linking some previously used courses that had not student identification information, but student artifacts like papers and that kind of thing. And we created a phantom student body within that course so that faculty were then able to go in and actually experience teaching and reviewing papers and grading them and running discussions. And actually what we had in there was our developers and things within our department were using different identities to play the role of students and be able to ask questions and submit things and do that. So the education and the training and education, we really put together what we felt was a strong resource. The resources, we also knew that we were going to need resources that help develop and create good online courses. Of course, I've already spoke about Blackboard Learn. We also added things like SoftChalk, which is a software that allows you to develop modules and testing and a number of different things that you can fit within Blackboard. But we have Blackboard Connect, Blackboard Collaborate, which is what we're using today, different things like Respondus, Integrity, and Turning technology, Safe Assign, and then Connect Yard. But we wanted to make sure that we had a good array of products that would augment and support quality online instruction. We also, getting back to some of the training, we actually developed Blackboard courses for each of those, self-paced, and faculty can actually self-register, go in, run through. Once they're in there, there's an instructor developer assigned to it, and that instructor developer then assist the faculty through it so that the faculty can, at their own time and their own place, learn how to use some of the basic features of these tools. And it has really helped out quite a bit. And then coming to the incentives, the department here set aside, or the COLT, originally $85,000 for an incentive program. And what we originally were going to provide 30 grants, we ended up providing less so that we could actually up the grant amount to $5,000. And there are a number of course, requirements on how they could spend it and when the faculty could get their funds. But the program is designed that they have to go through and complete the entire program before they can have access to their funds. And we originally, the program was split. We awarded funds to either online faculty who wanted to revamp courses or those who wanted to develop new online courses. We've since, we are now beginning our third cohort and have decided that based on the disparity of experience and education, that we wanted to combine those and have everybody go through kind of the same areas. We created an electronic application process where they can submit their grant proposal. Those proposals are blind of all identification, so there's no temptation to, sort of provide maybe favor or something to a specific faculty member. And so they're reviewed by multiple individuals here at the center who score them, and then the scores are accumulated, put together in a final score, and then they're awarded. We're getting ready to start a new cohort of 12 faculty members in just a couple of days here. Also, we wanted to make sure that we, as I mentioned, had available ongoing professional development. And in doing this, we wanted to make sure that we were able to provide a variety of content, making sure that it sort of could be tailored to the individual. We wanted a variety of formats, whether it was face-to-face, online, etc. A variety of platforms, we try to focus on putting most of the training online in some way, whether it was in a hybrid sense or fully online, because we felt it was important that faculty members teaching online were very comfortable with Blackboard and doing those kind of things. So we wanted to passively introduce them to that by making the courses that they were going through or developing them online so they could have that experience. We also had a wide variety of dates of availability, and then there were a variety of roles. We actually, in some courses, put faculty members in the student's role because so many of them at this point had not actually had the experience of going through an online course. We wanted them to make sure that they knew what the students would go through based on how we put the course together. And we have a course that sort of, while it's teaching them the tools of teaching online, it also throws in a few things that faculty members commonly do when they're not real familiar with online education, so that the faculty taking that course as a student can kind of see really how it feels if things aren't done in the way that they should be for an online course. We've got a lot of comments from it, a lot of input from faculty, and it's really helped us improve that program. We also then looked at the kind of service and support that we wanted to, as the COLT, provide. So we worked on establishing a faculty advisory committee, organizing and facilitating the OEC program. We put together the ability for faculty to request informal course reviews so that we could provide feedback to them and assistance from the developers in order to, if they didn't want to be part of the grant process, or even if they did, they could get up front kind of where their class was before things started. A ton of education and consulting services that we put together, kind of gone through most of those. We also implemented a course development service agreement, so both faculty members and their developer and the COLT were at the same understanding for what services would be provided and where we were going to go with any assistance. We facilitate formal course reviews. We haven't gotten any courses that have been internally reviewed and taught enough to qualify for an external review by Quality Matters. We will be paying for those, or any faculty that want to go through those after they've taught their courses. I think it's at least 3 times. They can apply to have Quality Matters review those courses, and then they can be a nationally recognized course. And then, as I mentioned, we did put together quite an array of professional development opportunities to assist. So after a couple of years of this program, where are we at? And the results, putting this together, the final products that we came up with, we have all the components developed and implemented, some of them short time, some of them already for a year or two. We've got all the policies and procedures in place. There's an array of professional development opportunities, as I mentioned. We have an absolute abundance of different resources. We've got the grant program incentives, the $5,000 per grant, and then we have a lot of different service and a different variety of support services and resources that we provide. And there's a picture here, for instance, of our newer website that we provide a lot of different resources on. And I just kind of wanted to throw this up to give you an idea of what happens when a faculty member enters it. But you can see at the top of this that either they are a new faculty to teaching online, or they have an existing course. It doesn't matter. But they go through the same grant application. If they're awarded, all the participants now start in the education phase. Again, we review that education, their existing education, to see where they can fit. In this next cohort that's starting, we have members starting in all different areas in that core group of 5 courses because they've already completed some of them. Once they successfully complete the education, the last course they'll actually go through is the andragogy course. And during the andragogy courses, they're learning about how to be a good online instructor. They are also going through their development process for the course that's going to be reviewed. Once that's done, it goes through the course review process. Excuse me. They're provided feedback and recommendations. If they're successful and they meet the OEC requirements and quality matter requirements, then the course is OEC recognized, which is internal, and they continue then professional development. And if they want the course after they've taught it 3 times, if they want it to be reviewed by Quality Matters nationally, then we will pay for that and assist them with that process. The results so far with that, we've had a total of 71 faculty that have applied for grant funding. We've had a total of 42 receive or entered into the program. And out of that 42, we had 10 that dropped over a period of time for either retirements or they had other commitments that they needed to focus on and decided not to continue with it. And continuing with that, we also had 20 faculty that at this point have already successfully completed the process. And I just kind of want to hit on it. Even though it's 20 faculty, these faculty are teaching between 3 and 5 courses. And so even though they used one course to get started, they're adapting their other courses also. So we're talking about up to 100 courses that have been affected. And as I mentioned, we have 12 new faculty that are going to begin the process in just a couple of days. Some of the things purchased with the $5,000, and as I mentioned, there's a couple of different ways based on the requirements of how they can get those funds. Either purchase things through the COLT or get it in a stipend, and it just depends on what their teaching load is, et cetera, as to when they get that. But we have had faculty members already travel to a number of conferences. A large array of software has been purchased, but they're still sort of kind of looking at that in how they're going to use the 20 faculty that are done anyway, how they're going to use those funds. So we really see, as far as the results to this point, we really see that it's been a success. It is a program that we'll continue to look at, that we'll continue to offer. We actually offer 2 cohorts a year, and we're in the first cohort of this year. There will be a second one. We anticipate somewhere between 20 and 30 a year getting through this. So it's a one-time deal. Once they do it for a class, we don't allow them to come back through again. Certainly if they want to come back through and pick up anything that they would like, but they're not offered the grant as an incentive. And the true winners here, of course, are our students. And that's what the program ultimately is designed for, as I mentioned earlier, to provide the students with the best possibility of being successful, because the courses, online courses, are constructed in a way that fosters success, as well as taught in a way that will also assist students with that. And what does the future hold for us? We certainly are continuing to look at that. Right now, our next steps, first of all, we're going to continue to review and improve our OEC program. We are certainly going to continue tracking and measuring student success and retention in our online classes, and we hope once we have a number of faculty through this program and giving us a large enough pool of information, we're going to compare then non-OEC with OEC courses, and I should say non-OEC online courses with OEC courses, and kind of look to see for those faculty that have gone through the program and compare those courses to faculty that haven't, and see where we're at so that we can determine whether it is a benefit. We're seeing improvements already, so we're very comfortable that it is, but we'd like to be able to measure that benefit and be able to use this information in doing that. I have a question here real quick. Who participated in the creation of the online exemplary course program and policies and procedures? That was the director, myself, the assistant director, and our instructor developers that worked directly with faculty, all assisted in the development. We had ongoing meetings, we divvied up responsibilities, pulled things back together, and worked very hard over a year to get everything developed to get this going. It was a lot of work to do, and we relied on all the expertise that we had on hand to be able to do this. But it was all Colt in conjunction. We got a lot of faculty input that we deal with directly, certainly, and because they are policies and procedures, there's some input from administration and things that we had to get to be able to do it. So it was a university effort to get it done, but most of the development work was done right here in the Colt. Let me go. So that actually concludes my presentation. I'd certainly like to thank you for participating. I have my telephone number and my email address there. You are certainly welcome to either call or email me, and if you would like further information or maybe some samples or examples, we'd certainly be more than willing to work with you and provide that to you to help you in your endeavors. I have another question. What has been the role of administration in encouraging your center to focus on the quality of your online courses and services? Of course, the administration plays a pivotal role. The administration, a little while back in planning, decided that online education was here and we were going to need to do it, and we needed to do it right, and we needed to provide some vehicle to assist faculty in them being able to do it correctly and with quality and with looking at the students' success rates in mind. So their role was pivotal. They certainly allowed us to move fast and hard and design, develop, and implement in a short amount of time. Another question was, what criteria did you use in adopting your current technology tools, such as the LMS? Well, historically, for quite a few years, our campus, our university has used Blackboard. And we were already, when we were looking at implementing this program, we were already in the process of updating our subscription or our contract with Blackboard to Blackboard Learn to be able to take advantage of some more current tools, you know, such as wikis, such as blogs, and that kind of thing in courses. So we started very early in getting that system up and ready to go. And it was just like I said, it was preference over the fact that we had been using Blackboard for quite a number of years. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope this helps you. And as I mentioned, please take advantage of my cell phone number, or excuse me, my telephone number and my email address. I'd be willing to assist or help with any additional questions you might have. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Kenneth. I can speak of first-hand experience because we're colleagues here in South Texas, and it's very impressive how the University of Texas Pan American is focusing in quality, as we saw in this presentation. And there's also leadership in the areas. I know, for example, of Second Life. There's leadership in that area at the university system level at Texas and the U.S. And they also have a very good experience with the new MOOCs. So it's very valuable. So I want to thank my colleague Kenneth Saylor for such an interesting and relevant presentation. Improving success and retention in post-secondary online programs from the University of Texas in Edinburgh. Likewise, I want to thank our friends in headquarters in Puerto Rico, Ms. Yubeltis Montalvo, Ms. Yelixa Castro, and Mr. Alfredo Calderon, who have led this project. And now we invite all participants to access our new blog called Heads Updates or Heads Al Día, accessible through the Heads website at www.heads.org. The Heads Updates or Heads Al Día blog will be a place to access live and recorded presentations such as Kenneth, in this case the live one, and post your comments to all presenters. In addition, you will be eligible to receive continuing education credits depending on how many comments you post at the presentations you access. For more information about the virtual conference and the requirements to obtain continuing education credits, please contact the Heads office. Again, this event, as you know, is free of charge to our member institutions, and of course there's no travel costs required because we do it completely online. This no-charge registration applies to faculty, administrators, employees, and students. So please share this information with your colleagues across our component institutions. You know that to register for this online, you go to www.heads.org, and after the registration, they will receive a confirmation message with their own code to access these presentations. Well, finally, thank you all for accepting Heads' invitation to participate in this live presentation of our virtual best practices showcase. And I want to remind you that tomorrow we'll have another two other live presentations at 8:30 in the morning, and well, that's 8:30 Central Time. Puerto Rican time is 10:30, and obviously Eastern time is 9:30 in the morning. And then we'll have one in the afternoon, and let me start with Puerto Rico, it's 3:30, Eastern time 2:30, and Central time 1:30. We hope you can benefit tremendously from the resources and the networking opportunities available to you during the virtual conference along the following weeks. Once again, my name is René Sainz from the University of Texas at Brownsville. Thanking you for your participation, and I will now close this transmission in Spanish. Muchas gracias a mi colega Kenneth L de la Universidad de Texas en Brownsville por tan relevante presentación de cómo incrementar el éxito y retención en los programas universitarios en línea. Esta presentación se originó, como lo dije, con mi colega en la Universidad de Texas Pan American, localizada en Edimburgo, Texas, de la que formamos parte del sur de Texas. Asimismo, le agradecemos a nuestros amigos de Heads, Gilbertis Montalvo, Yelisa Castro y Alfredo Calderón, quienes han liderado este proyecto. Ahora invitamos a todos los participantes a que sigamos esta conversación a través de nuestro blog Heads Updates o Heads al Día, que está accesible desde la página web de Heads, www.hets.org. El blog Heads al Día será el lugar donde podrán accesar las presentaciones en vivo, así como todas las grabaciones. Ustedes podrán hacer comentarios dentro de todas las presentaciones de igual forma. Asimismo, los participantes podrán recibir créditos de educación continua, siempre basado en el grado de participación, cuya evidencia será el número de comentarios en las presentaciones que accesen de la conferencia. Para mayor información sobre esta conferencia virtual y los requisitos específicos para obtener los créditos, por favor contacten a la oficina de Heads. Como ustedes saben, este evento es gratuito para las instituciones miembros de Heads y obviamente no hay que incurrir en gastos de viaje para participar, ya que la conferencia se desarrolla completamente en línea. Igualmente, no hay costos de inscripción para los profesores, administradores, empleados y estudiantes. Solo se requiere usar el correo institucional válido para inscribirse gratuitamente en la página de Heads, www.hets.org. Así que, por favor, compartan esta información con todos sus colegas. Una vez que sus colegas se inscriban, ellos recibirán un mensaje de confirmación con su propio código para accesar las presentaciones en línea. Bueno, finalmente, muchas gracias por aceptar la invitación de Heads para participar en esta presentación en línea de nuestra conferencia virtual de mejores prácticas. Asimismo, los invitamos para las presentaciones de mañana a las 10:30 de la mañana, hora de Puerto Rico, 9:30 hora del este, 8:30 de la mañana, hora del centro. Así como a nuestra última presentación en la tarde, que sería a las 3:30 de la tarde, hora de Puerto Rico, 2:30 del este, una 30 Centro. Esperamos que sea de gran beneficio los recursos y las oportunidades de interacción con colegas que durante esta conferencia virtual que se desarrollará en las próximas semanas. Se despide nuevamente su amigo René Sainz desde la Universidad de Texas en Brownsville. Saludos.
We understand the factors that promote college success, the impact of approaches that truly facilitate success and quality, the secret to a solid teaching process for the Hispanic learner, and the key role of technology to make this happen. Hence, an opportunity to propose, find, and integrate innovative technology solutions to education. We go beyond higher education. We strive for a higher vision. Visit us at www.hets.org. HETS Consortium.